Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Caveman Barbecuing Outdoors. My name is Zaid. Today we're going to knock out one of the best things in the world that you could possibly cook. We're going to do a perfect reverse seared tomahawk ribeye with some garlic parmesan mashed potatoes. Alrighty y'all, going to be a pretty darn good day here. You know, got Longhorns football on TV as you can see from the get up. Got a beautiful tomahawk we're going to grill for you guys today. Going to keep this super simple. So with a good piece of meat like this, we really want the meat to be the star of the show. We're going to go really simple on the rub. So we did a dry brine on this guy. That's why you have a little bit of that darker color and the surface is going to be super dry. So what a dry brine is, for those of y'all that don't know, is we just put this guy in the oven, pardon me. We put this guy in the fridge overnight. But before we did that, put on a wire rack and we put a pretty good coat of salt. That way, you know, with a thicker piece of meat, we really want that salt penetration. That's gonna pull out some of the moisture and the meat's gonna reabsorb it. And you're gonna get seasoning all the way through. So, already have salt on the surface of this guy. Did that last night. All we're gonna do is hit this guy with some pepper and some garlic powder and get him on the Weber kettle. So, same thing that we do with anything else. We're gonna go heavy black pepper on first. Of course, get all the sides, get all the surfaces. And because the surface is super dry, it may not be a terrible idea to add some sort of a binder. You know, olive oil would be great. So we're gonna go on heavy all surfaces with black pepper. Get that fat cap too, like so. And even though I'm going to do a garlic butter on the kettle, I'm just going to add a touch of garlic powder. The steak and garlic go together like best friends. Never enough garlic on a steak. Like so. And this guy's good to go on the grill. We're going to throw our meter in here because the last thing we want to do is overcook this guy. Going to go for a nice medium rare. There we are. We are ready to go hit the pit. The time has come. So this is that garlic butter I was talking to you guys about earlier. So what we have in here is just some whole garlic cloves with some parsley, thyme, and rosemary, and butter, of course. We're gonna kind of confit this butter. Confit is just a fancy way of saying cooked in fat. And we're gonna periodically baste our ribeye or our tomahawk as we go. And here's the star of the show. We're gonna go on. I'm gonna try to angle this little fat band towards the fire. That way it acts like some kind of like a moisture or a heat barrier, just to protect our meat. And then before we go lid down, I'm gonna add just a couple chunks of some post oak. Give this a nice smoke and shut this lid. We're gonna look for about a 250 to 300 degree reverse gentle cook, and then we're gonna sear this guy off. So we're gonna go ahead, go lid down. I'll come out periodically and baste it. We're gonna pull this off right around 100 degrees, let it rest, get this fire raging for a quick sear, and we'll take you along the whole way. Perfect. As you can see, the color on this is looking absolutely fantastic. We're gonna go ahead and do our first baste here. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of drizzle this butter on top. I don't want to really brush. That's gonna brush off and get rid of some of that seasoning on there. So we're just gonna kind of drizzle this on top. Maybe just brush a little bit over here. Get the sides. And this is not a healthy meal, so don't worry. You know, add as much butter as you'd like there, and we're gonna let this go another about 30 minutes before we pull it off to rest and get a good hard sear on it. We'll be right back with y'all. Alrighty y'all, reached an internal temperature right around 115 degrees. You can see we're getting some really nice color on there, guys. This is gonna be super delicious, but we're gonna go ahead and pull this off and just rest it a little bit. And we're gonna get this fire raging and come back outside and give this a pretty good hard sear. In the meantime, let's go inside and work on our sides. Alrighty, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and get these mashed potatoes knocked out for you guys. I went ahead and boiled about 5 potatoes here, skin on. I'm sure you've all boiled potatoes before, so go ahead and boil them until they're fork tender. They should fall apart like so when everything's said and done. Skin on. Please leave your skins on. It makes such a big difference on these mashed potatoes. But pretty easy recipe, guys. So you could of course do this with a hand masher. I'm going to use one of these mixers here, but I went ahead and I drained off, or I spooned out rather, some of the garlic butter that I was going to baste the steak with. We're going to go ahead, throw this on, garlic, rosemary, and all. I'm going to take about half a block of cream cheese, throw it in there. We're going to take about 1.5 cups of Parmesan cheese. I'm going to go in our mix here. And then just a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of salt. And just the dash of black pepper. Now, of course, that butter that we spooned off there is going to have some garlic and some rosemary and all that in there. So we're going to go ahead and give this just a quick mix. Guys, my goodness. That is like literally the best mac and cheese in the world. It's still creamy, and that garlic makes such a big difference. But we're gonna go ahead and set this in the microwave, just keep it warm. We're gonna take you guys outside and we're gonna finish searing off that steak. It is time. Remember this guy? We're gonna go ahead and get him on the fire here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is give him just a quick baste on the surface. We are going right on. Just like so. I did throw in a post oak log just for kicks and giggles there. And this will not take long. We want to go just about 2 to 3 minutes aside. And I'm going to keep on basting. It is 100% fully cooked. It did rest all the way over to about 120 degrees. So we only want to bring it up those last few degrees there. Get us a perfect medium rare. This is looking absolutely fantastic and smelling even better. Just put a little bit of pressure on there, make sure we have good contact with our grill grates. Perfect. Look at that right there. It's absolutely beautiful. We're going to go ahead and give this a flip. And that's what you want to see, that butter bubbling on the surface. That's the main advantage. Beside getting really good seasoning all the way through, one of the main advantages of that dry brine, you're going to get a really good dry surface, which is going to really help build that crust. absolutely brilliant. Take a quick peek on the other side. Right there. Hard to beat that. There we go. I think that's a wrap, folks. It's a pretty dang good sear. What I'm going to do is go ahead and put it back on the sheet pan right here. We're going to pour the rest of that butter over the top of it and let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes before we slice into it. Alrighty, y'all, we gave our friend about a 15-minute rest here. We're going to go ahead and move him over to a cutting board and get this out the way. Let's see how we did. Looks pretty darn good, y'all. So first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and cut as close to that bone as possible. And I can already tell you, we nailed this. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. We're going to save that bone. But we want to go ahead and get this guy sliced. So I'm going to go ahead and spread some of this butter and garlic on the surface. That's going to make a really nice addition to our steak. And we want to cut this guy like so. Oh my goodness. So that's going to be one of the best parts about doing that reverse sear, is you can get that really nice edge to edge, just absolute perfect medium rare. No gray band whatsoever. So that's the advantage of doing a reverse sear with a long rest. So we absolutely knocked this one out of the park, y'all. This is a perfectly cooked medium rare steak. Keep getting this cut. We're going to be eating pretty darn good tonight. You know what, we'll leave it just like so. You know what, let's go ahead and get this cut up really quick, or we're going to give this a try. Here you go, Jack. Get some of this garlic butter on it. Butter on it. Y'all, no joke. I've cooked a million steaks. That is the best steak I've ever had in my entire life. That is so good. Holy cow. Gonna walk off camera for that one for a bit, y'all. Even Jack's over here wondering where he's gonna get his piece. We're gonna go ahead and plate this up, make it look semi-pretty for y'all. Go clean my hands off again. I'm gonna grab our garlic mash from earlier. Go ahead and just give me a big dollop right there. Use this bone to hold my steak up. Go ahead and plate all of that just like that. That's the beauty of cooking at home, guys. This would be like a $200 dish at a good steakhouse. And I think I got the steak primed from Costco for 30 bucks. And then of course potatoes and cream cheese cost absolutely nothing. Guys, thank you so much for the growth. We're over 130 subscribers right now. it's absolutely crazy. You know, when I first started this channel, I was expecting not much of anything, and the fact that we grew as fast as we did is awesome. That being said, if you could please do me a favor, like, share, and drop me a subscription down below if you think I've earned it. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any suggestions, any videos that you want us to do in the future, drop a comment. You know, just let me know. Follow me on social media at Caveman Barbecue and Outdoors. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and share this with my kiddo. We're gonna watch the Rangers hopefully not lose again, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you so much.